All right. You guys ready for your first storyteller since the intermission? All right. Big round of applause for Jesse Worsell. Jesse Worsell.
I was on tour with my band, checking my email in a random hotel in the middle of nowhere, when I decided to enter us into an online contest to play the show of a lifetime. The prize was opening for Bon Jovi at Soldier Field in Chicago. And a few months later, after thousands of other bands entered and millions of votes were calculated, we got the phone call that we had won. Now, this was a huge deal because for 10 years, I've been working my ass off trying to get my little indie rock band to become the next big household name without help from PR, an agent, nothing. We did everything on our own. We booked our own tours. We paid for our own studio time and merch. I personally spent a fourth of my salary on hotels, gas, food, and we treated the band like it was a business. We were very professional. We would show up to a gig, we'd be on time, we were courteous, and it was a finely oiled machine. We would set up and tear down our equipment within 5 minutes. So this was gonna be our big break, right? So we practiced the perfect 25-minute set list, and we drive to Chicago from Nashville. We get to the loading dock of Soldier Field in a gold minivan, mind you. And after a skeptical security guard finally lets us in, we go into the underbelly of the stadium, and there's nothing but semi-trucks as far as the eye can see. They carved out a little spot for us to park, so we pull in, we get out, and immediately all these union guys come and take our equipment to bring on stage, something we were not accustomed to, but we were like, we could totally get used to this. So we take a tour of the facilities, we go into the field. I'm a Walter Payton fan. I reach down, I grab some grass, and I eat it for good luck. And luckily, I saved enough room for lunch because we had our own private chef. We had a huge dressing room. And after a few hours of hanging out and trying to calm the nerves, it was showtime. So we make the long walk down the corridor to the side of the stage. And when we get there, not only can you see the crowd, but you can feel and hear them. There are 35,000 people filling into their seats, and it's only half full at this point. And prior to the show, we'd only played for maybe 200 people at a small theater. So it was very intimidating. So we get introduced, we take our spots on stage. I put my guitar on, I look to my fellow bandmates, and I say, guys, this is it. This is the moment we've been waiting for. Our dreams are about to come true, and our lives are about to change. But that's when I realized something's wrong. The bass amp is not working. I look over, and I see our bass player frantically plugging things in, unplugging things, just trying to get the thing to work. And the rumor is, roadies play tricks on opening bands, and we thought they had apparently sabotaged his rig to not work. And while this is going on, the crowd is getting restless, and they're starting to boo because there's no music playing, and we're just standing there like a bunch of assholes. After a few long moments, a roadie comes on stage, flips a switch, everything starts working. Now I'm panicking because not only is the crowd turned on us, but we're eating into our 25-minute set list time. So I turn to the drummer, dude, let's play, we gotta go. He counts us in, 1, 2, 3, 4. I go to hit that first note, snap. I break a string. And not just any string you can get away with. This was the A string. I wrote the riff on the A string. The song's in the key of A. There's no way I can fake my way through this. And what's coming out of my guitar amp sounds like when you walk into Guitar Center and everyone's playing a different song at the same time. I happen to glance in the front row and I see people with their arms crossed looking at me like, what the hell is he playing? And this show is now officially off the rails and this finely tuned machine is falling apart. And even though I'm freaking out, I have the awareness to turn around to my friend, turn guitar tech for the day, and I'm yelling at him, hey, get my second guitar ready, I broke a string. Thing is, he can't hear me. He thinks I'm living in the moment. He's like, yeah, man, great job. So realizing he can't hear me, I then have to hobble around all this equipment behind my guitar amp where my second guitar case is, and I kick it at him, which apparently got the point across because as we finish the song, he's handing me my second guitar. Now, I don't remember much of the set, except for the fact that we finished it. And for the rest of the night, while my bandmates are celebrating, I'm in the corner sulking, feeling like an idiot, feeling like a failure because I broke that one string and ruined the entire show, ruined our chances of becoming big stars, which is a shame because I never fully appreciated the awesome moment that we had been provided. So we come home, I'm depressed, I'm distraught, I'm like, I'm giving up music, man, I'm gonna put up my guitar and that's it. But 2 months later, my savior would come in the form of a children's show on Nickelodeon called Yo Gabba Gabba. They asked us to tour with them as the Super Music Friends. And so for an entire week, twice a day, I got to play in front of 500 toddlers and their parents, a crowd I would never expect to play in front of. And they did not care if our bass amp didn't work or if we broke a string. And the atmosphere of the shows was so positive and inspiring and happy and fun, and it totally revived my faith in my abilities and that playing music in front of people can actually make a difference. And the best part is, it completely washed the sour taste of the Bon Jovi experience out of my mouth. Thank you.